Okay, purchased this StrongWay 2,000-pound adjustable gantry crane. Ended up purchasing it from Northern Tools. It was on sale, $150 off regular price. Regular price is $7.99. I got it for $6.49, so about $150 off. So that's what it's supposed to look like when I get finished. Here are the pieces. So we're gonna try to put that together. They recommend having 2 people, but I'm here by myself, so we'll see how far I can get. I originally was gonna run a beam from there across here and put electric hoist on it, but this building is a cold form building, and so it wasn't strong enough to hold it. If there would have been an I-beam building, would have been okay. So that's what I'm doing here, getting it lined up. Gonna put the I-beam on, then attach these 2 posts. Then we put the brackets on, and then we'll work around. It'll take a little longer since I'm by myself. All right, here I'm just putting the nuts and bolts in the top beam to hook them to the side posts. Usually if the bolt head is 19, then the nut is 18, or vice versa. I find that throughout this whole build. Looks like it's got 12 bolts on each side, so pretty sturdy. I'm happy with it. All right, putting the wheels on the beams here. They only come with 1 washer. It's got a slot on the bottom side. It has slots on the casters. So I'm gonna put my 3/8 washer on here, and the washer that they send I'm gonna put on the other side where the bolt head is, because it's no slot, it's just a round circle. Okay, with the tractor, with it tied to the tractor, you saw I was able to get it up. It wasn't pretty, but I got it up. And so now I just got to put the supports on, and it'll be perfect. One of the things I did, I put it in this lowest spot, so when I lifted up, I didn't have to worry about the height of anything, and that turned out to be a good decision. So if you're doing it by yourself, put it in that first hole, and then when you lift it up, it'll drop down to its lowest level, which is about, I think it's 7 feet, yeah. A little over 7 feet is the lowest. And so that's going to work out perfect. And it'll roll on the casters and stuff like that as you lifting it up. It does tweak a little bit. That I-beam could be a little bit better, but it's Chinese metal, and it's the length of it. Let it tweak a little bit, but that's okay. Ain't nothing. For what I'm going to use it for, it's going to solve my problem. I've already see things that I'm going to use it on, so. All right, you saw those little bitty clips. So that's what I'm doing now, taking a flathead screwdriver, trying to pop those clips into the groove on those rods that goes across. There's 3 rods on each side, so that makes 6 clips. Now here, just a close-up of the mechanism. Those hooks fits up under those rods, and you pull those rods out, take the pins out. That's where you let it up and down. So that was just a little close-up of how that worked. All right, guys, I had this motor here. It runs off 12 volts. The previous owner had a Jeep, and he would use that to lift the Jeep top off. But in the 11th hour, I changed my mind and said if I kept that one, made a special mount, and try to use it, then I run into the problem that I got to keep a battery charged and run off 12 volts. And it is pretty slow. So what I decided to do is buy this one here. The zero turn is only about 500 pounds, and usually stuff that I weld on is less than 500 pounds. And so for my uses, I decided to go 800 pounds. If you double the rope, it goes up to 1760, which is still keeping me below my 2,000 pounds or 1 ton. And so this is run off 120, 110, 120, 115, whatever you, depending on where you live. And but it comes out with a 38 single cable. If you use a snatch block, it comes out to 19 feet lift height. And a snatch block does come included with that price. So I think it was like $189 or something. But I list all the prices down at the bottom. Very happy with that so far, how it sounds. These came on the trolleys. This is what I had left for purchasing 2 trolleys. I originally going to try with 1 trolley, but this is not made to be on a movable base. It's made to be stationary. And so it comes with 2 hooks in it, and I'll show you the custom bracket my friend made for me that we use. And so with 1 bracket, we had the problem of it tilting like this. There's a YouTube video out there of a guy taking a lathe and making a new wheel to offset, because when it pulled down, it would pop up. And so he made a little bracket on the side and put another wheel and everything. Worked out great for him. But I don't have a lathe and I'm not interested in it. So these are the items we had left. We took these out because I wanted the motor, the base, to be as close as possible to the I-beam. And so let me get up here. Let's listen to it first. It's really quiet compared to what that 12 volt was. Oops. Get this cable here. All right, we'll go down a little bit. And it moves real easy. And that's with no grease on the rollers. It's just right out the box, mine it up and put up. So very happy with that. Like I said, I have this in the lowest position, and I can let it up, You just have to get off this safety latch here, just pull this, see how that come down, and then you can just crank it up again. So you have to crank it up on both sides to get it where you want. But I wanted to show you this detail on this bracket, how neat it was. We used, so what my friend did is, he's a very good welder. He cut the bracket and welded them on here. We grinded the galvanized off of it. And you can see what he did to make it stronger. He took the sleeves. They had two of these sleeves that comes with, two of those sleeves come with the trolley. He took it, cut it in half, ground it down, and made them fit in there to give it a little bit more support. That is a 2x2 square tubing. And so he welded, when he cut this little loop bracket, he welded in all four corners. And so what we did, we drilled a 1/8 hole, drilled a 3/8 holes, I think, and then went up to 5/8, and then took the plasma cutter to finish getting the cut done. Plasma cutter did a great job. And so this is some old pipe I had here. We had to make a sleeve on the first one because what came in the package we had already used on the bracket. And I was going to try to make one trolley works, but with this style, as I said earlier, it would flop. So one trolley was not a good idea for this kind. Now for the manual horse, with the chain horse you manually pull, one trolley would be sufficient for that. But it didn't work out well for here. And so you got the jam nuts, washers, and stuff like that. So it's balanced. We counted and put six washers on each side to try to get the 90 degree on this here. Like I said, it's nothing on here, and it rolls really well. You know, no problem in moving it. So, but that's a great bracket. He did a great job on fixing that bracket for me, and I really appreciate him doing that because I didn't know what would turn out, how it was going to come out or how I was going to fix it. But that's the way it is. And so now I can put some more stuff up over here, redo this here, and probably going to put a bracket. I think that's 14 feet. Yeah, 14 feet from side to side. I want to put a shelf somewhere up there, about 7 feet off the floor. At least this high on my fingertip. You can walk on it, don't bump your head, and I can hang stuff under the bottom of the shelf as well as store stuff on top. So that'll get the mellow probably put the mellow up there, get it off the floor or something like that. But anyway, StrongWay Gantry Crane with the StrongWay electric horse, and the trolleys came from Harbor Freight. They were $69.99 each. Those are Harbor Freight, but everything else came from Northern Tools. But it came out really good, really happy with it. We'll see how it works.